Hey esteem, thank you so much for clicking in. My name is Ajay Kumar and you're watching me on AS Academy. So in this video, we are going to learn about English grammar. We are looking at English grammar rule number 7 and I have uploaded rule number 1 to 6 already. If you haven't watched it, please go watch it. In this video, we will be learning the difference between each and every, which is a very important topic for all competitive exams. So let us begin. Now let us understand what are the difference between each and every, right? Can you please tell me that what is the immediate difference that you can find between each and every? The word each and every. But please don't tell me that each is a singular word and every is a plural verb. No, that is definitely wrong. So I'll tell you, each is a word which gives us an individualistic approach, right? And every is a word that gives us a collective approach. For example, if I say a sentence, each student is very talented. What do I mean by this? If there are 5 students and I say each student is very talented, I mean all 5 of them, individualistic approach, all A, B, C, D, E, all 5 of them are very talented. But if I use the word every, the sentence will automatically change as a collective approach. For example, every student is very talented. In this sentence, what I'm trying to say is, I'm not very specifically telling that each and every student is very talented. I'm giving a generalistic approach. I'm giving an individualistic, I mean a collective approach by saying that every student is very talented. I don't specifically mean person A, person B or person C. I'm giving a collective approach. By this sentence, every student is very talented. This is the basic difference between each and every, right? Now let us see the second example, which is I can represent each word for 2 people or also for more than 2 people. For example, we like each other. As we said, this is not a singular word. Each is a word which can be represented to mean 2 persons. For example, we like each other. And at the same time, it can also be used to mean 2 or more people. For example, I like each one of you. For example, I like each one of you, right? Which the second example says that this word each can be used to represent 2 persons at the same time or even 2 or more persons at the same time. But I can use the word every to represent 2 or more people, but I cannot use the word every to frame a sentence which means only 2 persons are involved in this sentence. So here I can take the help of each, but I cannot use the word every to frame a sentence which involves only 2 persons. What I can do is I can use every to represent 2 or more people. For example, I like every one of you. We love everyone, right? These are the sentences that I can represent 2 or more people, but I cannot represent 2 people at the same time. This is what the word every is used. And there is also one more differentiation, which is each is a word that can act both as adjective as well as a pronoun. But every is a word which will act only as an adjective. What is an adjective? What is a pronoun? If you know it, please go comment down. So the third differentiation between the word each and every is the word each can take 2 different forms. It can act as an adjective and also it can act as a pronoun. But the word every can only act as an adjective, right? For example, if I have to say a sentence, for an adjective, I can say each student is very talented. And every is also a word which can act as an adjective, right? For example, every student is very talented. But if I tell a sentence for a pronoun, if I use the word each as a pronoun, the sentence will be like, each of my students will be very talented. But if I use the same sentence with the word every, it will definitely sound wrong. For example, every of my student is very talented. I'll repeat it again. every of my student is very talented, which is wrong, because every is a word which will not act as a pronoun, but each, the word each will definitely act as a pronoun because it has some special powers in the grammar. Like, for example, I can use this as both adjective and as well as pronoun. For example, as I told you before, each of my students are very talented, but I cannot use the same sentence with the word every. Every of my student is very talented is a definitely wrong sentence, right? Now let us see all the rules involving each and every, right? So I have written a rule here. If a singular subject is preceded by the word each or every, then the verb used will always be singular, right? Can you understand? I'll repeat it once again. If a singular subject is preceded by the word each or every, then the verb used will always be singular, right? So what do I mean by this? The word student is a singular subject and it has been preceded by the word each. In the second example, also student is a singular subject and it has been preceded by the word every, right? So here we can apply this rule. If a singular subject is preceded by the word each or every, then the verb used will always be singular. So here in the sentence, the condition is being satisfied here, right? The word student is a singular subject and it has been preceded by the word each. So we should always use a singular verb here. So this sentence, each student is very talented, is true. It is in the correct form of sentence, right? But if I give you an example like every student are very talented, so according to the rule here we have a plural verb, but we should use a singular verb here, which is. If I rewrite the sentence as is, every student is very talented, then this sentence will be right. If it was in the previous form, for example, every student are very talented, then this sentence will be wrong. But now, as we have changed the verb to the singular form, so this sentence will be right. Every student is very talented will be right. For example, the third example, each of us were afraid of snakes, right? Here we have a word each and it has been preceded by a singular subject, so we should be using a singular verb, which is each of us was afraid. Each of us was afraid of snakes, which where is a plural subject, so it should be replaced with the word was, which is a singular subject, which is a singular verb, right? So the correct form of sentence will be each of us was afraid of snakes, will be the right form of sentence. So this is a very important rule for all competitive exams. You will be getting questions exactly in the same pattern, so please keep this in mind and also please don't forget this rule. Now let us see the word usage of each and every in a sentence in which they are used as pronouns and adjectives, right? Let us see. Okay, as I told you before, each is a word which can act both as a pronoun and as an adjective, but every is a word which will only act as an adjective, right? I told you before this, right? So I have written some of the examples which we can correlate with this. So let us see. Each student is very talented. Here, the word each is trying to act as an adjective, right? First of all, what is an adjective? Adjectives are words which will give additional information about the noun, right? It is as simple as that. Adjectives are words which will give additional information about the noun, right? or the subject. Both are same, right? So here we are representing each to represent as an adjective of student, the subject. So the word, the sentence, each student is very talented is true. This will be a right form of sentence, because as I told you before, each can act as both pronoun and adjective. It is trying to act as an adjective here. So this sentence is definitely true, right? We'll see the second example. Same example I have taken as a pronoun, right? So here it is trying to act as a pronoun. So what is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word which can be replaced in the place of a noun, right? A pronoun can replace a noun. That is what the meaning of pronoun. So this is alone is enough. If you understand what is a pronoun, if someone asks you what is a pronoun is a word which can replace a noun. That's all. It's as simple as that, right? So each of my student is very talented. So here also I have taken an example as a pronoun. Each again can act both as pronoun and adjective. So it is trying to act as a pronoun here. So the sentence, each of my students are very talented, is also in the right form. It is grammatically it's right. But if we see for each, here I have used the word each to represent as an adjective. Each student is very talented, right? Each student is very talented is also right, because it can act as an adjective. So the sentence each student is very talented is true. But if we see here, it is trying to act as a pronoun. But we know that every is a word which will only act as an adjective but not as a pronoun. But I have deliberately taken a sentence which represent every as a pronoun, so which is wrong. So let us see the sentence. Every of my student is very talented. Every of my student is very talented. So here it is trying to act as a pronoun. So this sentence we can say this is wrong. It is in a wrong format. So this is definitely wrong. So this is what I was trying to explain in the earlier part of the video. So I have written it down so that you can understand better, right? Let us see how each and every will act for singular and plural persons, right? So now let us see the word usage of each and every when we frame a sentence for representing two or more people. So yes. So I have already told you that each is a word which can be used to represent only two people or two or more people, right? So I have given an example here. Before that, we will also see for every. Every is a word which can only represent two or more people, which means 3, 4, 5 to infinite, but not exactly two people. Every is a word which cannot represent only two people in a sentence, right? That is all you have to understand. So I have taken an example here. Let us see. We like each other. As I told you before, we like each other. I have used the word each here, and I have also managed to maintain only two people here. One, you and me. We like each other, right? So it can be used only for two people. Only two. Right? We like each other. But it can also be used for two or more people. Right? Each one of us in this team has contributed for our victory. So I have used each to represent two or more people. Right? So each one of us in this team has contributed for our victory. So I have used each, but I have also managed to tell there are two or more people in this sentence, right? So this is the example for only two and more than two. Now let us see for every. He has a book in each of his hand. So we have two hands, right? So if I have to mention only two, so I will use each here. Each of his hands. So by this I am telling only two, which I cannot do with the case every. I cannot do the same with every. Let us see the sentence. He has a book in every hand. This might sound correct, but this is grammatically wrong, because every is a word which cannot represent only two, because we have only two hands, and I have tried to frame a sentence which represent only two. He has a book in every hand. This is definitely wrong. That is why we are learning grammar rules. This might sound correct, but there is a grammatical mistake here, because every is a word which cannot represent only two people. It can represent two or more people, but not two people, right? Here we have two hands. So I have taken every as a wrong example here. So this is wrong. So let us move to the last example. I like every one of you. I like every one of you. So here I can say that I am representing two or more people. There can be 100 people sitting in front of me. So I can say I like every one of you. It is a generalistic approach. I can collectively say that I like every one of you. So here I can say there are at least three people, or three or more than three people, right? So I can surely say this is a right sentence. There is no grammatical mistake here, because we are using the word every for not only for two people but two or more people, right? Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you understood rule number 7. If not, please watch this video once more. You will definitely understand. And liking the video or subscribing to it, it is totally up to you. But please go comment down below, because it means a lot to me. And I will definitely reply to each and every one of you. And tell us what you feel. And that's all I have to say from my side. This is me, Ajay, signing off. See you in the next video.